Well, December is here. I can't believe this year's gone by this fast. I don't know about you, but it just seems like to me, the older I get, the quicker my time goes. We want to thank everybody this year for the continued business and the continued support. Aspen Mountain Plumbing couldn't be where we're at without you, our customer. And I truly appreciate it. My family appreciates it, and all of the employees here at Aspen Mountain Plumbing really appreciate it. We want to thank you for your continued support, for your business. We want to thank you for being the community that you are. We couldn't do it without you. We hope that with the holidays coming up, that you have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. We are so happy that we are able to serve you, our community of Rock Springs, Green River, and Cameron in that area. We've just truly been blessed by all of you guys. So thank you so much for the business. Let's get to the last question of the year, shall we? I can't believe this. This is nuts. Oh. All right. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and hopefully you've learned something from it. And obviously, if there is questions, we're always available. Here we go. Anabel Sanford of Rock Springs, Wyoming. She says, "Hi Lance, the toilet in my upstairs bathroom never seems to stop running. At first it was easy to ignore, but now I'm getting sick and tired of this. So here are my questions. Number one, what causes a running toilet? Number two, how do you fix a running toilet? And number three, how can you prevent a running toilet?" Well, this is a great question, and this is a common issue in our area because of the hard water that we have, because of the chlorine that's added to the water, the chemicals that are in the water. It can break down the parts inside a toilet. The number one thing that causes a toilet to run is a flapper that's started to corrode, or a fill valve that's gone bad. What happens is, as inside your tank, you have two parts that work. Basically, you got your flapper. When you pull the handle, it lifts the flapper up and allows water to come down into the bowl. That flapper seals when it's not being used and holds the water inside the tank and allows it to fill up. If that flapper has run by, and it's got a crack in it, or it's corroded away and allows water to slip down into the bowl, what happens is the level in the tank starts to drop, and then that fill valve kicks on. So either you could have a bad fill valve where it's not adjusted right, or has an issue, it's not properly been set. We've seen that. So that could be the problem. Or it could be the flapper. And 9 times out of 10, it's the flapper. A good way to test this, Anabel, is to take a color blue food coloring and just put 3 drops of that food coloring in your tank. What you're doing is you're adding color to the water. And then you're going to watch the bowl. And if you see that blue start to come out from the rim down into the bowl, that's a sign that you got a leaking flapper. And I would, at that point, change the flapper. If you don't see that, and it goes all day and you never see the blue, then you know it's a fill valve issue. All right. Now, as professionals, we know what to look for. You give us a call, we come over, we lift up the tank, we look inside, we know exactly whether it's the flapper or the fill valve. We just know just by the adjustments. But as a homeowner, this is a great way to know whether it's the flapper or the fill valve. If it's the flapper, then you know it because it's seeing blue in the bowl. And that's a sign to change it. The food coloring won't hurt nothing, and it'll wash away as soon as you do that first flush. So that's why I recommend the food coloring. Now, to fix that running toilet, you need to replace that flapper. I recommend a high-grade quality rubber, one that's chemical resistant. Another thing I would do to prevent this from happening is not put any type of cleaners inside the tank for the bowl. A lot of those cleaners will actually deteriorate the rubbers inside that tank and will actually cause premature failure. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of preventing it is to put a water softener in your home. A lot of times that water softener will take out those minerals that are attacking that rubber. Another way of preventing it is to put a filtration system in that will remove any of the hard chemicals that's coming in, like a carbon filter, for instance. That'll take out the chlorines that are coming in. If that's something you're interested in, obviously give us a call here at Aspen Mountain Plumbing. It's Christmas time. It could be a good Christmas present to yourself. Obviously, if the age of the toilet's old, it might be just time to replace that toilet. A lot of times those parts start breaking down inside the tank. You've had it for 15 years, you've never had an issue, now all of a sudden you're starting to have that leak. Could be time to change that out. I mean, if that's being affected, the bolts that hold it to the bowl, the tank to the bowl are probably gone bad. The gasket that holds the fill valve could be bad. It's probably time to just replace the toilet and upgrade that new system. You got Christmas right around the corner. Use this as an excuse for a present. Those are some things that cause it. Hopefully that answered your 3 questions on what causes the running toilet, how do you fix a running toilet, and how do you prevent it. Hopefully that answered your questions. Obviously, we're here available for more if you do have them. We really appreciate what you do as the customers do for us. We appreciate everybody that's, including Anabel, that's contributed to this year's questions. We know that it's no easy task to come up with these questions, and we do appreciate them. It helps us to do our training as well. I take a lot of these questions and we implement it into our weekly training with our technicians to just try to keep them fresh. So thank you very much. Have a happy holiday season, and we'll catch you next year.